Hi, welcome to the Vedic Astrology New Moon Forecast for April 5th, 2019. So the moon is waning, diminishing. The energy is going down. How are you feeling? New moons are endings of a lunar cycle, when the moon wanes and wanes down to a sliver and conjoins the sun and then begins to wax again. On April 5th at 1:50 a.m. Pacific time, the moon will reach complete darkness, the complete Amavasya, and begin the next lunar cycle. So endings and beginnings. It's a new beginning, a new lunar cycle. We have every about 29 days a new lunar cycle. But this one feels especially maybe like a cliffhanger. We're really at the end of something. We're ready for the next thing, although maybe we're still uncertain exactly how and what it is that's coming next. This new moon is a real new beginning because it's the Vedic New Year. There's so many New Years in the calendar, right? Not just January 30th or January 1st, but so many different ones celebrated in different ways. But this one is important because it's the new moon that falls closest to when the sun enters sidereal Aries. So it's really the new beginning, Aries being the first sign, right? Or you could say the new moon closest to the equinox, the new moon that brings in the new year. And it feels to me that there's really an aspect of surrender and allowing. It's important right now because there is a high level of volatility in the air, a certain stress in the astrology right now that creates just a level of uncertainty that's necessary. We're really on edge in certain areas of our life, perhaps. So this is a time to really let in and let out. Just flow with that uncertainty, with whatever is in the moment. So if you want to discuss what's going on for you in the next year, this might be a good time to book a reading. I'm here in Bali right now, so the timing might be a little bit different on my scheduler than normal, but reach out to me. I will have a few slots open. I'm just going to open a few next week for people who would like to book a reading with me in person. So leave a link below and you go ahead and click it, check it out. So the new moon will be in the area of the sky, or the Vedic lunar mansion called Revati, Revati Nakshatra. Revati is the final nakshatra in all the 27 lunar mansions. Revati is the last one, so it really does mark endings. So it's ruled by Pushan, a shepherd deity actually, one of the 12 Adityas, the sons of Aditi, but also connected to protection and nourishment and guidance for those in transition, for travelers, for animals, shepherds protecting and guiding animals, for lost people and animals as well, and also for the souls of the departed to be guided to their next destination. It's interesting, this is also an important new moon because it kicks off the beginning of the 9 nights of the Divine Mother, the Navaratri of spring. So the next 9 nights following this new moon is a time to connect with the Divine Feminine and the nourishing quality of her, the protective quality of her, and the liberating quality of her. So there's a lot of power flowing through the atmosphere right now for protection and guidance. And it's important we connect with that, I think, particularly because some of the other things that are going on astrologically. There's a lot of things on this edge transition point right now. Particularly, I talked about it last time, I had a blog 2 weeks ago in the full moon, is that Jupiter has entered into this dark zone, the Gandanta. He is also stationing, meaning he's slowing down, and he's going to go retrograde on April 10th. So he's going to make a complete stop and begin to turn around and go back. So he's going very, very slow. through this area that's only just 1 degree wide, but it's considered to be the most difficult area of the sky. It's called the Mula Gandanta. It's very close to the center of the galaxy. And in the center of the galaxy is a black hole, right, of destruction and regeneration. So there's a lot of inherent destructive power within this degree. And it's right in between Scorpio and Sagittarius. So it's really neither here nor there. He's technically in Sagittarius right now, but he won't even make it to the 1st degree. He's still 0. And he will begin to, on April 10th, to Jupiter to back out. So it's like he's entered his home. Sagittarius is great for Jupiter, brings a lot of wisdom and knowledge. But it's like he's entered his temple, the guru, and then just turned around and walked right out the door again. So we're going to have to wait until later this fall for him to come back in and fully put his grace into Sagittarius. But for now, this is a time of a little bit of uncertainty, because there, at that Gandanta, that place I was talking about, this kind of bardo, almost you could say, in between worlds, is what they call the Gandanta, is the karmic knot. It's sort of this place where things have to unravel. Kind of like an onion, you're peeling it off, finding out what's deeper and deeper. So there's a great deal of power for transformation right now. For anybody who's ruled by Jupiter, like Pisces or Sagittarius, people who have strong placements in those signs, or people who are running a cycle of Jupiter, a dasha cycle. And if you don't know, if you are not, you should book a reading with me and I can tell you. This whole month of April is a really good time for spiritual work, for kind of looking within more. Because also Saturn and Ketu, they are coming together with Pluto. And it's really reaching kind of a climax at the end of April when Saturn goes retrograde. Also, that distant planet Pluto, which is, again, mostly used in Western astrology, but it's there as well. It happens to be just so close, within a few degrees. And it is going retrograde too, just a few days before, on the 24th of April. So we have 3 major planets, Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto, all going retrograde this month. And Saturn and Pluto are conjoined Ketu. Very close. Ketu is the tail of the snake that causes eclipses. So there's a very powerful energy happening, especially for Sagittarius, because, as I said, Jupiter's edginess is already affecting Sagittarius, but all of this Saturn, Pluto, and Ketu stuff is also happening in Sagittarius. So this is an intense time for transformation, for deeper inner work, for surrender, allowing, letting go of the past, and allowing for what is really. I think that's one of the most important things to remember, is that what is what is. So why should you cling to what could have been? And prune back what is not necessary. Be simple right now, especially Sagittarius. It's a great time to let go and clean it out. Really get pure and simple. So as you can see, it's a powerful month. And all of this is going to affect each of you in different ways, depending on your Vedic astrology chart. So if you'd like to know more about how it's affecting you, please book a reading with me. Again, a link is below if you would like to. Only a few slots open, so check it out. And let's just see what the tarot cards have to say about this powerful new moon in Revati. Okay, so the first card that came up is the 8 of coins, or pentacles, the earth element. And you know, 8s are so solid in many ways, complex, but they are balanced. It's an even number, see. And there's something about this card that's a lot to do with the balance and the equilibrium required to grow something very strong. The patience required. So this card feels to me that there is like an aspect of slow growth in all of this that may feel frustrating, perhaps, this month. This card is the Five of Wands and the Five of the Fire. There is something frustrating in the fives sometimes, burning very hot, and making an effort and not really getting anywhere, like Jupiter stationing Saturn, stationing with Pluto. So within Revati Nakshatra, there is a surrender, right? It's the end of a cycle. You have to let go. You have to let Spirit guide you to where it's going. The sun often is the end of life as well. The light we go to, the end. And the sun is coming into its strength very soon. Just after this new moon, the sun will enter Aries, right? Where it's the whole new beginning. When the sun begins to ascend in power, right? Beginning, the spring time, the new year. New growth, new awareness. The sun brings a lot of awareness, a lot of light. So let's take a look. Though sometimes things get pushed very quickly to change and grow, the best step forward sometimes is to maintain a quiet equilibrium of acceptance and be present and rooted down into the earth where you are. There's so much joy in the awareness of just what is, and the gratitude for that. And from that comes the seed of so much potential, so much creative force. Nature is a very good teacher, and nature is a guide and protector as well. And everything has its time. The sun rises and the sun sets. And the light of consciousness, this guiding and nourishing principle that comes from the sun and the Divine Mother, always brings us back to the path, the right path toward where we are headed. So there's no need to fight. Just step forward naturally with awareness and acceptance. So thanks for coming to the Industry Astrology New Moon Forecast. It's nice to spend this time with you. If you'd like to talk to me, I'm available. Book a reading below. There's a link in the YouTube description window, and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. Also, you can get on my newsletter if you aren't. It's free. Like my Facebook page. I'm also on Instagram. And taking pictures on my travels. I'm in Bali right now. I'll be posting some pictures soon. And I look forward to seeing you soon on this next full moon coming up. Take care.